Welcome. So welcome yourself. You are always welcoming yourself as presence. Welcoming each other as presence. Presence welcoming itself. Effortlessly. At the core of all activity is stillness. The silent, still, aware presence. There is nothing you need to do, and there is no personal doer doing anything. It is presence itself which recognizes itself. The personal story is a script being written on the clouds, which continuously dissolve. Which have no substance. Your personal story is an imaginary story. Entertaining in a way, and quite painful in a way. You view your story like you view the sensation of hunger. Like you view a beautiful rose. Innocently. But as soon as you believe yourself to be somebody in the story, as soon as you believe that there is a narrative which refers to an actual personal self. You experience the sense of contraction, worry, and concern. And the mind spins to return to equilibrium. But the equilibrium is effortless. It is not possible for the spinning mind, the scrambling mind, to come upon the peace of being, which is unmoved. It is by imagining yourself to be an entity, some sort of personal reality, that you imagine and experience yourself as being in time, with a beginning and a subsequent ending. It is a movement of thought, an impression that comes hand in hand with the belief that you are somebody, a son, a daughter, a person. You hear these words and sometimes the thought appears, oh, I've heard that before. I already know that. What is it that knows that? Somebody who exists somewhere? Someone. Who is this someone? This Holy One? That heard this before. The death of the body is what it is. Like the ripening of an orange on the orange tree. It is what it is. Part of the tree part of the earth, part of the planets, part of the galaxies, which are all concepts and words, terms, notions. Because there is no orange, and no tree, and no earth, and no galaxies outside of the conceptual realm that defines them as such. Experientially, simply not knowing. Before the mind, before the script, I am not the concept, not the words, but this formless, aware presence. Such a wonder, which we all know firsthand as our reality in this moment and every moment. Not something in time and space, but that within which manifestation appears, that within which time and space appear. Our toys, that within which all appearances appear, does not appear. And yet, being reality is undeniable. What could deny being? Sometimes the thought may appear, what will happen to me once I die? But do you die? What is it to die? When the mind is still and quiet, does death mean anything? Isn't it via the activity of thinking that you find such a thing as death? Death of what? Death of something. Something. But what is a thing outside of the concepts in the stillness and quietness of the mind? What is a thing? What is this and not this? This and that? Names and labels. The realm of mind and variety. But is awareness the reality which perceives right now, which is that in the realm of thought, in the realm of mind? Or does thought appear within awareness, through awareness, out of awareness? And when you go in the realm of mind, you can ask the question, does that which is unborn ever die? And you can contemplate, what is it in my experience in this moment which is unborn? Which cannot not be. Thoughts appear and disappear, waves on the surface of the ocean. Mental activity, neurons firing, triggering various physiological activities, interacting with the cosmos. None of which has anything to do with your true nature. The nature of the body is what it is. The nature of the butterfly, the nature of the wind, the sunshine, it is what it is. The dance, the movement, the flow. The light shimmers on the surface of the lake. Wavelets shimmers on the surface of the moon. Radiators. What does it have to do with you? This self-knowing, aware presence. So you can go to your fear of death. Explore the narrative. The me narrative. What is going to happen to me? And assumed me. Notice how precious this me is. Sometimes in a very subtle way, it's there. I'm me, whatever that means. Some sort of weird, comforting sense in being a limited me. How odd that we find comfort in being me, a limited personal self. And how much we worry and spin and defend and protect this illusion. Somehow we love that feeling of being somebody. It's what we do. We don't need to, but that's what we do. Identify with the story, with some elaborate me narrative. We complain and we love our complaining. as we complain about our complaining way, maintain our interest in complaining, whining. Sometimes we're proud in this falsehood, the false pride, as it pertains to an illusion. You can trust your insight. That you are not in time and space. You know, the freedom, love, and the beauty, and the joy, the freedom. That which is neither born nor dies. You don't need to identify in any way, not with the body, mind. You don't need to.